My name is Caitlin Barrett. I'm a Year 2 UCFB student. I'm the Social Media Strategist and Content Manager at Manchester Storm.
So my name is Matthew Finnegan. I am a third year now, going into my third year of sports business and broadcasting. In my role as broadcast and media exec for the Manchester Storm, my responsibilities mainly lie with the match day. So it's my job to make sure that coverage runs smoothly. I work with my producer and my co-commentator to make sure that we give the webcast viewers the best possible experience whilst they're watching the Manchester Storm. Hopefully that's done through personality and through interesting statistics, and other people and fans can be the judge of that.
My main responsibilities are all things social media, so that's working with the graphic designer to make sure that everything kind of gets done, ready for game nights, also working with the players to get interviews done and things like that, and the fun content kind of portray their personalities on our social media as well. My match night for a Saturday 7 p.m. face-off looks like me arriving at the rink between 3:30, 4, making sure all the producers for the webcast are all good and ready to go with the webcast. And then I make sure all the volunteers, when they get here, are good with what they're doing. We've got a really good, strong group of volunteers that get involved with the live tweeting and getting content. So I make sure that that's all good. My match night is very much the managing of things rather than actually kind of doing things. And then during the week, that's when it's all preparation towards the end of the week, and that's when all the posts are going out and we kind of get the fun content in training and things like that.
The opportunity with Manchester Storm came about via Job Teaser. Job Teaser and UCFB have this partnership website where you're able to view loads of different internships or paid positions, and you're able to basically pick and choose what you want according to what you like to do. And you can find something that's really good for you and you can apply for it. And if you're lucky, like I was, you can get it. And that's what I did. I applied using Job Teaser with UCFB and I managed to get a pretty cool opportunity.
When I was at college, I was working at Telford Tigers, doing some media bits with them. And in ice hockey, you kind of get to realise that everyone knows everyone, and it's quite a small world because it's quite a niche sport in the UK. So that's kind of how the opportunity arose, with me networking with people and kind of speaking to the captain at Telford, and he put me in contact with the owner at Storm.
I think this opportunity with Manchester Storm has really benefited me personally and professionally, because personally you always wonder if something that's not football is right for you and whether or not you're stepping too far out of your comfort zone. But luckily for me, I've been able to put those thoughts to bed and I've been really happy about it. And then professionally, being able to do so much and being able to really try your hand at so many different avenues within, for me, sports media, but any part of the industry is just invaluable.
I love working in ice hockey because it's so fast paced. It's just, until people have watched it, they can't kind of understand what it's all about, but it's so quick paced and you never get bored watching it because it's up and down, and they're bashing into each other. It's so physical, and I just love the fact that being in social media as well, you can kind of get the fast-paced content rolling, and it makes it kind of quite fun.
I would say everything that I learned from my tutors, I can transfer directly to what I'm doing here at Manchester Storm. You're learning about how you're framing things, how you're answering questions, how you're asking questions. All the prep phase is something that you get taught in the actual lectures themselves, so the skills are directly transferable. And then when the camera's on, it really does just come down to yourself, your natural self. And I think having 2 years with UCFB so far, going on to my third, I'm really able to draw on what I've been taught by my specific teachers. So shout out to Chris and James Cooper. But yeah, those people have really taught me a lot, and I'm able to use it day to day.
So the skills that I have learned at UCFB and being at university, I have applied at Manchester Storm with time management and deadlines, and managing my time really well, because when there's a deadline, that deadline is the deadline, and that's the same also with getting assignments in on time. So I think that's something that I really needed to work on, and that's what has helped. I would encourage students to step out of their comfort zone and go into different sports, because I was very much focused on wanting to work in football as well when I was 16, and then I kind of fell into a role at Telford Tigers and had never really been interested in hockey that much. I was a little bit, but not really. And that kind of love for the sport grew as I was working there.
If you step out your comfort zone, you'll learn something new about yourself. And like with ice hockey, there's so much room for growth, especially in this country. So if we get more hands, more people available, then it will just be, you can become part of a community that's really special. I would say that work placement alongside your degree can be invaluable because it can just add the experience to your degree. I think your degree, you learn how to pass tests, you learn how to write essays, which can be very good, but in terms of moving on after your degree, which everyone that goes to UCFB wants to work in the sports industry, and I think your work placements are your way to get there. I think it's such a leg up, it's such a big help. It definitely has been for me because I feel going into my third year, I'm so ready now to take that next step because of the work placement that I've had. Put yourself in a position where you just enjoy what you're doing every single day that you come in. So for me, I'm lucky enough to say that I can do that. Every single time I'm coming in, I'm doing something that interests me, and I'm doing it on a sport that's either challenging because it's new or a sport that I genuinely love. And every day I come in and I feel lucky to be there. And I would say the secret to putting your best foot forward and doing your best work is ultimately enjoying it and loving it whilst you're doing it. I think that passion can get you through when the times are tough.
I really enjoy working with Matty from UCFB, and we're really looking forward to welcoming more UCFB students on as the course of the season goes on, and hopefully in the future. It's really beneficial to have someone a bit more familiar around that kind of understands the uni work balance as well, because sometimes it can be a bit hectic and you kind of have to be a bit like, well, so someone else that kind of can appreciate that it's always nice to have that relatability.
I think it's quite comforting having a familiar face, somebody that you know from outside of this new world of ice hockey that I get to go into work every day and see, and we're basically doing the same thing. We're kind of rooting for each other. We both want the best for where we are, and then we also both want the best for each other, be it professionally or with university. I think it's good to have someone like that with you.